And this is a message for my white brothers and my white sisters. Dearest white brothers and dearest white sisters, I fear we may be in danger. The trajectory which we are on is perilous, and if we keep going the way we've been going, we're gonna end up in a freaking ditch. We're gonna end up on our asses, and we're gonna end up looking a damn fool. And the way out is it's just so very simple. And I know it's going to be really hard to hear this for some of you, and you need to hear it. So let he who has ears to hear it, let she who has ears to hear it, let them hear it. White brothers, white sisters, you are holding on to something that is hurting you. And I don't think you know why. Your fear of the Jew, your fear of the Negro, your fear of the Mexican, your fear of the Arab, your hate of the Jew, your hate of the Negro, your hate of the Oriental, your hate of the Indian, your hate of the indigenous. It's poisoning you to the very soul, to the very core of who you are. And the reason, beloved, that this idea, this belief that you hold is so dangerous is that not only is it based on an incorrect view of the world, it's also based on a completely correct view of the world. Why do you fear the Negro? Why do you fear the Native person? Why? Why do you fear the Aboriginal? Because deep down in your heart of hearts, you know that black man is God. Black woman is God. Native man is source, is God. Native woman, she is God. And your Jesus that you worship in whiteface, oh, honey, I really hate to break it all the way down for you, but I think I have to. Sweetheart, Jesus was an Arab. Jesus was an Arab man. Jesus of Nazareth. the one that you sing about, the one that you paint about and think about, and you know what I'm talking about, the one you keep going on and on and on about. Well, you have got just this one little detail wrong about him. He wasn't white, and neither was Muhammad, and neither was the Buddha. And I'm so sorry, but if you look back throughout history at the great spiritual leaders, you're gonna find a big old group of people of color. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry to have to tell it to you like this. I mean, and it must be so hard to hear it. It must be so, just feeling so daunting and so like, fuck. But you must know that that's the big debacle here. That's the big reason that we're all in this mess, is you've just been trying so very, very hard to prove yourself, to prove that you're better than your father and your mother. Honey, the black man that you look down upon, that is your father. The black woman that you pass on the street, that is your mother. And while I'm not saying to worship every black man and every black woman, every Native man and every Native woman who comes across your path, I do think you should look at the person that you do purport to worship, the historical figure of Jesus. He was not white, and man, how that must hurt. And I'm just so sorry to have to tell you this, and maybe it has to take this immigrant Jewish Armenian mutt from the Soviet Union, a country that no longer exists, this immigrant chick from the Bronx to kind of lay it all out. I know it must be so confusing, and it's not going to be easy to come to terms with this. But on the other hand, it's going to be so easy, because if you look at all the evidence, you'll notice how you have been trying so very hard to prove yourself. Go to one of your museums. Go to the Egyptian collection. Look around. Look at the artifacts. Look at the messages. People think of Egypt as the beginning of Western civilization, although that's highly debatable. But, honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think I'll just say it. Egyptians, they were black, and pharaohs were black, and the gods of Egypt were black. This just must be so hard to hear, and I know that feelings of rage and shame and guilt might come up for you, and that's okay. I invite you to look just a step further beyond those very, very difficult feelings, and recognize that on the other side is a whole world of possibilities where you get to express your divinity without comparing yourself to gods and goddesses. I kid. But of course, race is a construct. You know that, right? Did you know that there's no such thing as the white race? There's no such thing as the black race. There's no such thing as, oh God, the yellow race or the red race or whatever else you've cooked up in your silly old head about it. There's really just the human race that we know of at the moment. And the human race, we inhabit this particular planet, this third rock from the sun. And we all are individuations of divine spirit, the spirit, the source, the all that is, which permeates everything because it is everything. And each one of us, we're a descriptor, we're a particle in the great body of God. And how amazing that is, how lucky we are, how cool this journey is that we get to be on. And at the same time, how much responsibility we have to each other, to all the other individuations, to all the other God particles, those in our immediate family and those in our neighborhood, the physical location around us, and also just those all over, the beings everywhere. Can we take some responsibility for all the beings, for not just the human beings, but all the beings on the planet? And maybe that's stretching it a bit too far, but I'm a yoga teacher. I love to make people stretch. So I hope this wasn't too jarring for you. I just want to express how much I love you, and my white brother, my white sister. I stand in service to you. I am ready, willing, and able to hear you, to reflect to you the divine light which is inside of you. But I won't do that without you giving up this idea that that you hate certain races of people. You have to acknowledge that black man is God and black woman is God. And I'm so sorry. I don't know how else to put it. But until you acknowledge the Native person, the indigenous person, the Arab person, the black person as God, you are not going to be able to ascend and become enlightened along with the rest of us. And the truth is that we really do want you to come along. I'll just speak for myself. I think you're great. I think you're so much fun, and you're so innocent, and you're so deeply divine and wonderful. And my heartfelt encouragement and advice to you, my sweet, sweet white brother and my beautiful white sister, is to know your own divinity by recognizing the divinity in the indigenous man, in the Native woman, in the Latina woman, in the Asian man, in the Black woman. And there's no scale, right? There's no measuring stick, who's more divine and who's less divine. But if you can say it to yourself and know that it's true in your heart of hearts, I know that Black man is God. I know that Black woman is source. The possibilities for you, family, the possibilities are limitless. The things you can accomplish once you shake off your silly ideas of competition and being not good enough and trying to prove yourself by subjugating the very person who's your soul competition. We cannot keep God down anymore. We cannot worship the white-faced Jesus anymore. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not getting us anywhere. And if you notice the people around you who are glowing, who have their third eye open, who are receiving messages from their spirit guides and ancestors, when you really open your eyes and look around and notice who are the oracles, who are the spiritually advanced beings, you'll find that in most part, it's people of color. And really that's it. That's the end of my transmission today. I do hope that this hasn't been too jarring for you, and as I mentioned before, I'm here to support you in any way that I can. Please reach out. Whatever you need, I'm here.